Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Hannah, and on this channel I post a ton of anti-MLM content. I'll link a playlist right here for you, and down below this is my big anti-MLM playlist. I think I have almost 80 videos at this point, and it grows every single week. If you like any of this kind of content, I would love it if you consider subscribing, consider liking this video. All of those things really help to support my channel, and I appreciate you so much for doing that. Welcome to another episode of me doing my makeup while watching a Monat Zoom call. Makeup and Monat Zoom calls. Is that a thing? It's certainly becoming a thing on my channel. I do like to film multiple videos in one day, so whenever I have a Zoom call like this, I like to film it first, get ready for the day, react to the Zoom call. I'm trying to be more efficient and manage my time better, so that's what we're gonna do today. And as always, if you are curious about what I'm using as far as makeup goes, all of that will be linked down below. And this Zoom call that I have today, this was sent to me last week. I'm under the impression that this Zoom call happened on January 31st of 2022. Just putting together all the context clues, I think that this was like their last team Zoom call, either at the very end of January or the very beginning of February. As you may have seen from the title of this video, this is a Monat Zoom call. This is a team call hosted by some of the top people on this team, and it appears that the purpose of this Zoom call is to introduce Project 5000. This appears to be a concept developed by the top leaders of this team, and in this call they are introducing Project 5000 to their team, and they're explaining that their goal for 2022 is to build a team of 5,000 people. If it sounds insane, that's because it is. And there's a couple things I want to give you a heads up about before we get into this call. The first thing is that this Zoom call is roughly 50 minutes. It is very, very long, but I promise to you this call is important, it is shocking, and it is definitely worth a watch. There's going to be a couple times where it feels very long-winded, like what is the freaking point of this? But trust me, it does all tie together and it's very fascinating. Additionally, the last thing I'm going to say before I shut up and we start watching it is that for the first like 6 to 7 minutes of this video, somebody doesn't have their text notification sound turned off. So I'm not even kidding. There's like 20 little dings and it's so annoying. It's so distracting. I will do my best to cut out all of the little dings if I can. If it doesn't mess up the video too much, I will do what I can to save your ears. But regardless, it only happens for the first few minutes. So after that point, it's not an issue. So let's get into it. Let's watch the craziness.
So for me, it was an amazing month, but February, guys, is coming in hot. It's going to be a completely different energy shift. And I'm so freaking excited because you guys have no idea, everything that we have in mind. But first of all, I want to talk to you guys because as you guys know, it's been 2 years since I started this business, and it's a little bittersweet for me because right now I'm talking to you guys from where it started, my mom's house. And when I was here 2 years ago, it was not the same mindset that I have now. It wasn't, my finances weren't there. Mindset wise, I was not happy. I was very bitter. Okay, 2 years ago, I was not in the right headspace at all. And to think, in 2 years where I am now, what I've been able to accomplish, a lot of you guys might think, wow, like 2 years, that's a long time. You've been able to accomplish a lot in 2 years. But for those of you that have been with me from the beginning, you guys can agree that 2 years flew by like this. We're like, it doesn't even feel like it's been 2 years. I feel like I'm only getting started. Like we're just touching, let me make sure, hold on, let me mute. That we're just literally touching the surface. Like this is only the beginning. I also want to let you guys know that, you might think, wow, so much was accomplished in 2 years. But realistically, guys, I accomplished a lot in my first month. I accomplished a lot in my third month. I earned a car. Why? Because I had that urgency. So don't think that you have to be 2 years in this business to say, okay, I'm successful now, or wow, I accomplished a lot. At the end of the day, it has to do with that urgency that you have with your goals at the end of the day. Because yes, I've accomplished a lot in 2 years, but in my first month, I felt like I accomplished a lot. My second month too, my third month, and like that, because every month I have that urgency with my goals. And just so you guys can have an idea, when I got to executive director, was in April of last year. And when I got to executive director, I got to executive director with about, I want to say 1,100 people in my team. Out of those 1,100, realistically, guys, hold on. Because it's not this, hold on. Out of those 1,100, realistically, not even half were were working the business. Meaning, Quality over quantity, right?
What she just said is that when she made it to the rank of executive director, which is rank 10 out of 11 in Monat, this is the top 0.03% of the company, she had a team of 1,100 people underneath her. I'm honestly speechless at this number. I can't even begin to wrap my head around it. And here is exactly why I love getting access to Zoom calls like this, because I love hearing the numbers and hearing the facts of it all, but they would never throw that number out there publicly. They would never go on social media and be like, you know what? It took me a team of 1,100 people to get to the rank I'm at today. Because when they're in this kind of like recruiting mode, they can't be forthcoming with this information because it would scare people off. She couldn't go on her Instagram and be like, oh yeah, it took me 2 years and 1,100 people to get to the rank I am today, because people would look at that opportunity and be like, that's not realistic. So instead, the narrative that is portrayed on social media in the more public platforms outside of Zoom calls like this, the narrative, oh, it's so easy, anyone can do this, work from anywhere, you are in control of your own success, you are your own boss, you get to decide when, where, and how much you work, you get to decide your paycheck. That is the BS that is spewed at people on social media to get them sucked into the business opportunity. It's not until after they have got you, until after you have signed up, you are sitting on this Zoom call, and you are hit with the slap in the face that apparently you are one of over 1,000 people on your upline's team. I mean, how overwhelming is that? What if you just joined Monat and this is your very first Zoom call that you are sitting in on? You're so hopeful, you're so excited, and then you hear this number. If that was me, I know that it would completely knock the wind out of my sails. It's so discouraging, but it's also the truth. She's being completely honest about what it took to get her to the position that she's in today. And unfortunately, we're gonna see a lot of other really hard truths be exposed in this Zoom call.
So I had quality people that got me to, get to executive director, people that had that urgency, people that were, driven and were running with it. And that's kind of what we want to bring back.
Did you catch the language that she just used? She said, quote, I had quality people that got me to executive director. In other words, she's openly admitting that she could not have gotten to the second to top rank if she did not have a team of people under her, which is 100% the truth. That's honest. It's just another example of one of those things where someone watching this could be like, wait a minute, you told me that I was the boss of myself and I have the power to be as successful as I want to be. And now you're telling me that it takes over 1,000 people to get you where you are today. Again, it's one of those things where they would never talk openly about this in the public space on social media when they are trying to recruit, but the truth always comes out when they feel like they are behind closed doors in this more private setting of a Zoom call.
I know people that got to executive director with 7,000 people in their organization. That's when they touched executive director. And I did it with a lot less, right?
Oh, great, she got to that rank with just over 1,000 people, but apparently that's just a fraction of what other people needed. This is pure insanity. The people at executive director make a ton of money. The median annual income of that rank is $265,000 a year. But at what cost? Is $265,000 a year really something to be proud of if you have to step on thousands of people to get there? And yes, it is stepping on people, because without those people, you would be at the bottom rank making nothing.
So right now we are literally switching it up because I feel like a lot of us forget the concept and we're just so stuck on a small little goal or just getting those VIPs and not really the big goal that at the end of the day, it's impacting and changing lives. And we're here, you can do stuff by yourself, but we know that if we want to grow, we need a team. If we want to grow, if you want to get to SED, if you want to get to MDC, you cannot do it alone. It's impossible. Right?
That is exactly right. If you want to get to the top ranks of this company where people are actually paid well, it is, quote, impossible to do that without a team.
So we're switching it up. We're starting a project. Okay. And this is a project for this year. And right now we're putting Powerhouse on hold. And right now the project is Project 5,000. That is 5,000 lives that we want to change by December. That is the goal. 5,000 lives. We're impacting 5,000 lives. Can I do this alone? No. Can we do this as a team? Absolutely. If I've been able to get to executive director with less than 1,000 people, then I know that we can get 5,000 new people on this team changing lives. We're not going to, again, I can't do this alone. Sue can't do this alone, but this is what I want you guys to focus on this year. Sue's like jumping over there. Did you have like an energy drink? So that's our main focus right now. When we talk about our business, when we talk about the hype, the goal is we are impacting and changing 5,000 lives this year by December. That is the goal. And I'm going to let Sue take it on because I want Sue to talk a little bit on all the new changes and kind of, you guys are going to hear a little bit of the new leaders and stuff, but that is the goal, Project 5,000.
Here is what disgusts me to my core. The language that they're using is we want to impact 5,000 lives. But what do they really mean? We want to recruit 5,000 people to bulk up the bottom of this pyramid. I want to make it abundantly clear that most people's lives are not positively impacted by joining a multi-level marketing company. Their lives will be impacted for sure, but not for the better. If you know anything about how an MLM operates, you know that everyone is just in this rat race to not be the last in line. Because the people last in line, aka the bottom of the pyramid, the bottom ranks, those are the people that have to lose money. In Monat's case, 92% of people in their company make a median annual income of $0, and nobody wants to be in that position. Nobody wants to be last in line. The primary motive for somebody joining an MLM or joining this kind of business opportunity is to make money. And the only way to make money is to get yourself out of the bottom ranks. But you cannot rank up in Monat even one time. You cannot get yourself out of the bottom of the pyramid if you do not recruit. That's just the way that their compensation plan is designed. You can't go from rank 1 to rank 2 without recruiting somebody. So the way that they're talking about this Project 5,000 sends the message that recruitment is of the utmost importance. It's the only thing that matters, and that's where everybody needs to focus their energy this year. It feels like everybody on this call is banding together and they're like, all right, you guys, here's the plan for 2022, okay? We all know here that we can't make it to the top if we don't build a team of astronomical proportions. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna find 5,000 suckers to join this team. They're gonna come in, they're gonna build us a little cushion at the bottom of our pyramid here so we can actually make some money. Of course, with these women who are speaking being at the top of that pyramid and being the primary beneficiaries of recruiting 5,000 people. In a multi-level marketing company, no matter the size of your team, all of the money is funneled upwards. So whoever is sitting in those top positions gets the most of that money. So of course the leaders of this team would be like, we need to have an emphasis on recruiting because they are going to be the ones that benefit the most from that. And she basically said, I know I can't do this all on my own, so we need all of you to pitch in and do your part so that I can make my money. She knows full well that she's going to benefit the most from that. That's just a fact of the compensation plan. The higher you are, the bigger your team, the more money you make. There's no denying that, and it's honestly horrifying and disgusting.
So Sue, you want to take it away?
I lost my breath. All right, guys, who is excited for this 5,000? I want you guys to put a little 1 on the chat right now. If you are excited for this new month, I am like, oh my God, I am so like hot just like thinking about it. I was literally listening to like a podcast right before we got on because I am in my mindset, guys. Just so you guys know, I went to an event this weekend, and just to guys give you a little insight, because I know a lot of you like saw my like stories and stuff. And this project, when we all came together, as far as like a few of the leaders in the team came together and came up with this together. And I just want to let you guys know that what I saw this weekend, I want to do. I want to have a team that gets recognized for all of their hard work. Guys, this team, they did recognition. They did like top 10 PV, top 10 like GB bonuses. They did, guys, it even ended with this SED doing 10 of her first like income earners from 1 through 10. She's taking them on a trip to Mexico. Okay, that is how like the event finished. And to see stuff like that, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, that is exactly the fire that I want to bring. That is exactly the things that I want to be able to share and do with the people that are, working and having that same vision that I do. I know for me, with Rachel, she is celebrating her 2 years. Guys, I'll be 2 years in a couple of months. And let me just tell you that for me personally, is another bittersweet, like feeling. Only because like I see how far I've come. I go back, and when me and Rachel talk about the beginning, guys, if you guys are new to this business, or if you guys still haven't figured out, I want to let you know I'm still figuring myself out. 2 years later, I'm still figuring myself out. But one thing that I've had to learn, and it's something that you're not doing already, guys, and I know that it probably sounds so cliche and like people are always talking about it, but the personal development has helped me so much. It has helped me in ways that I'm just like, I never really thought it was important, but let me tell you, it is super important, because this business, your like emotional state will get tested so much, especially for me, because guys, I am the type of person, when I came into this business, yes, Rachel is my upline. Yes, Rachel is my mentor. She's the person that I signed up with. But let me tell you something. She is in Florida and I'm in New York. All of my mentors are in Florida. When I came into this business, I didn't even know how I was going to make this business work, like at all. I was like, all right, I'm going to figure it out. And mind you, I am 10 years older than Rachel. So I'm like, oh my God, like, how is she going to help me do what I got to do? And let me tell you something. She's been there from when I needed her. But I've always been a very self-sufficient person. And that's something that I think that everybody should have. And if it's something that you need help with, obviously, like, talk to someone, talk to your upline, you talk to me, but at the end of the day, for me, I have been the type of person that I've always worked with urgency. Like ever since I started, I was like, Rachel, send me the compensation plan, because I need to know. I know you're going to explain it to me, but I need to understand it. I need to know how I'm going to run this business. I need to know how I'm going to make $500 a month. If you guys haven't heard my story, I wanted to make $500 a month. I have never made $500 a month in this business, ever. I've literally made 4 or 5 times that from the very first month in March of 2020. I have literally never made $500 in this month in this business. So I want you guys to understand the potential and not leaving anything on the table.
I wish so badly that this video didn't have to be blurred, because I want you to see the facial expressions of the people on this call. She's bragging about how from the moment she joined, she's always made more than $500 a month. And you can tell by these girls' faces that that is not a testimony that most people can relate to. It's safe to assume that there's roughly 1,000 people on this team, okay? I'm sure that not all 1,000 of them are on this call right now, but for the sake of this breakdown, let's just assume there's 1,000 people here, okay? If I'm pulling the percentages from the income disclosure statement about how many people are at each rank, if their team is roughly 1,000 people, that means that roughly 920 of them are at the bottom rank, making a median annual income of $0 a year. I know that it's not perfect math. I know I'm making an overgeneralization, but the point I'm trying to make is that the vast majority of people listening in on this call right now are most likely making nothing. They've most likely spent more of their own money to be a part of Monat than they have ever made back from the business opportunity. So how tone deaf is it that this woman is like, I've always had the goal of making $500 a month, but let me tell you, it's always been more than that. Like I said, I wish that you could see their facial expressions. They are over it. This looks like it's the millionth time that they have been made to feel insignificant, inferior, and like they are failing at the business.
So many of you, and it's like, that's what I mean about emotional state, because for me, I care. So I'm a Libra, okay? I don't know if you guys are Libras in here. I don't know if you guys believe in that. I care so much about everybody else. I think more than they care about themselves. And it literally is something that could be like a strength and also a weakness. Because if I see that you're so close to something, and with me and knowing the compensation plan like the back of my hands, I'm like, oh my, and I literally will tell people like literally little things. And if I see them leaving on the table, it frustrates me, because I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Monat's already rich. Don't let them keep the money. It's for us to take, So I want you guys to know that like there's so much potential in this, but it starts with you. I can't make you do it. Rachel can't make you do it. Whoever you signed up with can't make you do it. It has to come from you. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be here? How bad do you want to be successful? You're not going to, like, guys, it's very easy. If you're coming in here to make a couple $100 a month, that's very easy. And that's something you got to be very clear about from the beginning. Hey, I'm okay with making $500 a month. That's cool. I can't do that. And I know a lot of you guys are looking for more than just that. I know you didn't come in here to come this far to only get this far, right?
She keeps pounding this $500 a month idea. And I'm like, wait a second, this is not an easy feat in Monat. She's making it seem like that is the bare minimum that you should be striving for in this business, okay? If you're not making $500 a month, then you are a failure and you're not reaching far enough for your goals. But if somebody is making $500 a month in Monat, that means that they're making $6,000 a year. And not until you get to the rank of market builder do you start to see that people are reporting an annual income of $6,000 or more. And that is the top 2.4% of the company. Literally less than 3% of the company can report making more than $500 a month on average. And statistically speaking, 97% of the people on this call right now cannot relate to that experience. How is this motivational? If I was on this call and this was my upline telling me that I'm basically a failure if I don't make $500 a month, I would feel so discouraged. Like I would just want to shrivel up and like let the ground swallow me. She's trying to make it seem like $500 a month is so attainable, and I'm here to tell you that it's not.
So if you are new to this business, I am here to tell you your potential is immense, guys. What we have, like when I started, we didn't have the reels. We didn't have like the things that they have now that I feel like is so much exposure. I wasn't even on a social media person, and I'm still learning, guys. If you guys have been in this business with me for a long time, you guys know I just really started getting really crazy with my social media, getting creative with my content. I was not that person. But I was that person that was working behind the scenes all the time. And I made sure that today, this would not be happening probably when I started this business. If I would have had to get on calls, I probably wouldn't be able to do it because I was so obsessed. I was obsessed, guys. I hit MMB in my first month, AMM in my second month, and MM in my third month, just like Rachel. If you have been in this business and you have not hit any of these ranks, ask yourself, what am I sacrificing? What am I like, how badly do I want it? Guys, I worked a full-time job on top of that. I worked 10 and a half hours a day, sometimes more. I worked at a dealership. If you guys know the dealership life, you cannot leave, especially in the end of the month. Let me tell you guys, the end of the month for the dealership is the same thing as this business. You are literally working till that last car is out of the door. Until that last car is out the door, you are not going anywhere. I wouldn't get home sometimes till 8 o'clock at night just to come home and make sure that I hit my Monat numbers. So let me tell you, if anybody wants to sit here and tell you I'm busy, I'm a mom too, guys, and I'm a single mom. If you guys don't know, I'm a single mom. So I came home, I had to take care of my kid, I had to still do dinner, I still had to do my same routine at home. But what did I have to do? I had to come home and I literally would have to pick up some food, and my son would eat a sandwich. And that probably sounds really terrible to some people, but at the end of the day, in 6 months in this business, August of 2020, I got my own house. I got my own place. And I moved out of my mom's room that I was living in. After I broke up with my son's father, I was living in a room in my mom's house. So I changed my life by making sacrifices, and I did that for 6 months. For 6 months, my focus was this. I had like tunnel vision.
And now we've entered the obligatory part of every team call ever, where the upline shames everybody else for not working hard enough, where they try to prove themselves as the ultimate hard worker with the best work ethic, where they share a personal testimony about a time they grinded really hard to get where they are today. I swear to you, I could write these Zoom calls at this point. Let me point out something. This upline is saying that she worked so hard and she made sacrifices, and that's why she's at the top of the company and not you. But on this call, at the exact time that she's giving this self-righteous speech, I see moms rocking their babies to sleep on this call. I see women cooking dinner on this call. I see women driving in the car on this call. There's literally women walking around throughout their home, taking care of their kids, taking care of dinner, taking care of their families, doing whatever it is. They are all very clearly trying to multitask right now and do what they believe they need to do to be successful in the business, which is to make the effort to tune into this Zoom call regardless of whatever else is going on in their life right now. And she has the audacity to say, I worked harder than you, therefore I ranked up faster than you. Imagine taking the time and effort to sit on this Zoom call because you think it's going to help you be successful, only to tune in and hear your upline talking down on you because you aren't grinding hard enough. It's so insulting and infuriating.
Guys, I don't date. I don't know if you guys know my personal life. I'm not trying to get too much into it, but I'm telling you right now, as Rachel, I don't date. I literally get asked out on dates and I'm like, I don't have a Valentine. I am literally so focused. You did not think I could ask, guys. If you look at my DMs, they're flooded. flooded, but I'm not paying attention to anybody. I'm not on a dating site looking for anybody. I'm 36 years old. Do I want to find somebody? Eventually. But right now I'm so focused on me. And if you are letting distractions get in the way of your dreams, that's a problem. You got to put your dreams first. Because with your dreams, when you accomplish them, you take care of your family, you take care of your kids, you're able to do things that you weren't able to do. You have to make those sacrifices. Guys, I don't know about you. I mean, I didn't even sleep. I moved into my house and I remember for like the first 6 months, I remember I would tell Rachel, like, I don't even know what it feels like to sleep into my bed, because I would sleep on my couch. I would sleep on the chair because I wouldn't even make it to my bed.
So the key to success is to not date anyone, not have a social life, and sleep on the couch. What kind of horrid life advice is this?
So I want you to know that there's so much possibility for you in this business, guys. We've seen people become successful. Let's push ourselves. And this project that we're doing, I want you guys to know Rachel got to ED with 1,500 people. I had a little bit less than her, but with almost the same amount of people. Guys, I got to AED. I got to Associate Executive Director by working my ass off while working a job, by being a single mom. And mind you, if you guys have a partner, that's amazing. I'm super happy for you, because at least you know that you can work that much harder. If you have a partner that's able to help you with the kids, help you to help you with the bills, guys, I don't have that. If I don't make money, my rent doesn't get paid. My light goes off. My cable goes off. I can't pay my gas. I can't pay my water. I can't pay anything.
Which is exactly why her goal for 2022 is to recruit 5,000 people, because without a huge team, she falls in the ranks, her paycheck takes a hit, and she can't pay her bills. Why do you think we're all here? Why do you think we're having this conversation right now? She's like, I need this because I need money because I have to pay my bills. I mean, yeah, we all need that. That's not an experience unique to you. We all have bills. We all need to get paid. But the difference is that when you're in an MLM and this is your only job, the only way you get paid so you can pay your bills is to have a huge team. Hence the reason they are embarking on Project 5000.
So like, I don't have a choice. Like, if you guys have a partner, amazing. At least you know that you have that support system. I don't have that support system. And if you're a mom in here, you know you got to figure it the F out. You reach out to as many people as possible. You have a goal to reach. You have 200 points. You figure it out. Ask for referrals. Talk to people. The people that said no to you earlier this month, be organized. Make a list of that. Guys, this month, we're going to go back to even more basic than before. So just so you guys know, we're going to be doing calls every month. I don't know if you guys are new, you probably don't know, but if you guys have been in the business for a little while, I was doing Tip Tuesdays for like a while. I had to figure a couple of things out this month, but I'm coming back starting tomorrow. I'm going to start back with the Tip Tuesdays. So I will be, just like focusing on like different topics. Obviously, mindset will be one of them. I'm really good with the compensation plan, so I'm going to go and do that. We're going to do different things. I'm going to switch it up, but I just want to let you guys know that I am going back to that. With the Project 5000, guys, I want you guys to know that this is something, again, that we came up with, that we have a specific goal. Just so you guys know, in the first year in this business, I reached about 1,000 people as well in my team. So I want you guys to know that this is not, and mind you, this is like with no social media experience, no, type of like network marketing experience. This was just me talking to people, getting people into my team that wanted to work just as much, that wanted to be successful just as bad. And just obviously you build up a team and you can get to 1,000 people very quick. But I want you guys to know that we, as a team right now, we're having something called the Project 5000, which means that by the end of this year, we want to build a team of 5,000 people. Guys, with everybody here, if you guys are really, really invested into this, this is going to be a piece of cake. I know it's tough. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy.
She really just said, this is going to be a piece of cake. Pause. I know it's tough. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. Excuse me? Like, does she hear herself? It's so unbelievably contradictory. In back-to-back sentences, she said, this is gonna be so easy, but I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. How can something be tough and also be a piece of cake at the same time? I personally feel like people in MLMs use these kinds of contradictory statements in the same breath to cover their bases almost. It's their way of trying to motivate almost by being like, you can do it, it's a piece of cake, but then later down the road when it doesn't work out, they can be like, oh, well, I told you it wasn't going to be easy. You just didn't work hard enough. Pick a lane here because you can't have it both ways.
But if we all implement what we have to implement, guys, I know at the end of the day, I know you guys want to get the 20K paychecks, the 30K paychecks, the 50K paychecks. I know you're not coming in here for no $500. And if you are, I respect that. But the majority of you, I don't think, am I wrong? Type of one if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Like, who wants to make a 5-figure income a month? Type 1 in the chat. 100K. 100K, exactly. Come on, guys. How many people here? One, right? One. I mean, I know that I enjoy my 5 figures a month. I know that every single one of you are more than capable of doing that too.
Making 5 figures a month in an MLM has nothing to do with capability. Of course, everyone on this call is probably capable of that. It's just not probable or mathematically likely. And I don't know about you, but I'm so uncomfortable with her being like, I know you're here to make a lot of money. Tell me I'm wrong. It feels like a really gross power move. Type a bunch of ones in the chat so I can feel this momentary sense of power and reassurance that you all think I'm wonderful and correct and wise. It grosses me out so much. And truthfully, I've never thought about it this way. I know that when you're doing a live stream on like YouTube or Instagram, engagement really helps. It helps the performance of that live stream. The more that people are commenting and interacting with it and liking it, all of those things help that live stream perform better. And so it makes sense to me in that context when an MLM rep is like, type a 1 in the chat because they're hoping to get engagement out of it. It's never really made sense to me why they do that in these Zoom calls, because in that case, there's nothing to do with engagement. It's a private closed Zoom call with a code to get in. Like, they're not getting any algorithm boosting engagement by having people comment in the chat. But just in this moment, I'm kind of realizing like maybe it's a power trip. Maybe people do that. So they're like, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. Put a 1 in the chat to tell me I'm right. Put a 1 in the chat to hype me up a little bit here and make me feel better about myself and make me feel super important right now. That's probably not the reason that everyone does it at any given time, but that definitely feels like the reason that she's doing it right now.
So what we're going to be doing is hosting these calls. We're going to be going really, really like very specific with also even the chats. Just so you guys know, all the chats that we currently have, we're all starting new because there's a lot of people in there that are probably in and out, not really sure what they want to do with this business. We're going to be creating a couple of different chats. Just so you guys know, we're going to have one chat. So whatever you are in right now, you're going to get a link to go into a new chat because those are all getting deleted. Okay. So just, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was saying every chat, every single chat, Powerhouse will be deleted in the next 24 hours.
Yeah. So we're doing different chats. Just so you guys know, we're going to be doing, everybody should be joining the chat. We're going to have like an information chat. Just so you guys know what that information chat will be. Nobody is going to talk. But you guys know that when we have like calls and stuff in between the chats and everything gets all messed up, everything all gets like, it's everywhere and nobody knows what call is when. We're going to have a schedule, which Rachel's going to make and share with us. Just so you guys know, we're going to have Wednesday, the opportunity calls every single Wednesday. I am doing it this Wednesday. I apologize. I don't know with who yet, but I know that I am doing it this Wednesday. But just every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. The only day we will not be having a call is Saturday moving forward. But every other day we will be having a call.
Absolutely freaking not. No. Hard pass from me. 6 Zoom calls a week. Are you actually kidding me? But I thought that this was a business opportunity where people had the freedom to choose when and where and how much they work. Now they're expected to be on 6 Zoom calls a week? And for what? To listen to the uplines talk about themselves and how great they are and how hard they work and brag about the fact that they're making the most money on the team? Hysterical.
But obviously, if there's another call that we want to share, we're going to have a call. It's going to be like an information call, like a information chat with just basically calls. No one's going to say anything. If you guys need to take the initiative. If you guys want to know if there's a call that night, all the links are going to be there, but no one's allowed to talk on that chat. So it's just going to be basically all the chats, all that are going on that day or whatever you want to look at or want to get on. That's going to be that. Then we're going to have anyone who is new to the business, okay? We're going to have a chat for anyone that's new into the business. I'm talking about brand new. I know there's a lot of you on here that are brand new that haven't even got to MMP. So there's going to be a very specific chat for just that because you guys are going to be getting a lot more TLC. And then obviously, if you've been in the business, you're a leader in the business, we're going to have a separate chat for that. So it's not going to be a crazy amount of chats. But again, obviously, you're going to have that one-on-one with like your mentors and stuff like that. But we just want to try this new Project 500 because guys, we need to reinvent. We need to like do something different. 2022 is here. Whatever you went through, whatever you did in the past, I am done with it. If you guys want to really be into this, if you guys really want to implement and be a part of this, I want you guys to know that we are starting these chats. You're going to add yourselves onto these. And then from there, we're going to hold you accountable to everything that we're literally going to have a whole bunch of things that you're going to be doing.
I want to say a word about group chats really quick. Main thing I want to say is that group chats are exhausting. Even if they're group chats with your closest friends, they're all in good fun, like even that can still be really mentally tiring sometimes. Here's a little personal example. I was on my college dance team and we would use the app GroupMe for literally all of our team communications. There was one huge group chat that had like the dance team, the cheer team, the mascots, and like any relevant staff from the university. There was a second group chat that was just the dance team and our coach. Then there was a third group chat that was just the dancers, no coaches. Then there was a fourth group chat with dancers, cheer people, mascots, no coaches in that one. And I will be the first to say that all of these chats were 100% necessary. They were relevant. They were very important. We could not have functioned as a program if we didn't have those chats. That's where all of the information for our entire season was communicated, and it was expected of you that you were up to date on those chats. Every message that came through has a little heart button next to it. It was expected that you click the heart button so that the coach can see that you acknowledge that information that is coming in. So I'm the first to say that those chats were necessary. You had to be looking at them. But I'm also the first to say that those chats were mentally exhausting at times because my phone would be blowing up the entire day with an influx of information no matter where I was or what I was doing. I would be in class getting messages. I would be at the gym getting messages. I would be at my internship, at a friend's house, home with my parents for the weekend. It didn't matter where I was, I would be pulled back into this group chat multiple times a day. And like I said, this constant messaging was absolutely necessary. You knew what you were getting into when you auditioned. It's just part of the gig. It's fine. I don't like resent the group chats or anything. But the point I'm trying to make is that group chats, or any notifications really, they have this incredible power to pull us out of the present moment and to divert our attention elsewhere. And it's really hard to escape it. And that becomes deeply exhausting and taxing on someone when they feel like they can never truly turn it off or take a break or step away. And it's a very interesting phenomenon in the context of MLMs because people typically join an MLM on the premise that they are their own boss. They think this is like their own business. This is their own business venture that they're embarking on. They are in control of their success and they get to decide what kind of flexibility they want to have with it. And I'm sure that it's somewhat shocking to be under the impression that you're going to be your own boss and then all of a sudden you are thrown into these group chats and these Zoom calls and you're expected to be present for other people 100% of the time, or else somehow that means that you're not working hard enough or you don't want it bad enough. In my opinion, things like Zoom calls or group chats can be necessary in the context of MLMs and they can be used to communicate helpful information, but more often than not, it feels like they're just used to keep tabs on people and to weed out the people who are perceived as weak links. I mean, listen to them. They're like, oh yeah, all of our previous chats are closing down, they're getting deleted, only the real ones get to join the new chats. We're weeding out the ones that don't care enough and only the ones that are dedicated can be in these new chats. And most importantly, I think that these chats are used to continually pull these people out of the present moment and refocus them onto the business throughout the day so that it becomes something that they feel like they are constantly involved in and that they can never truly escape.
So I want you guys to know that, I'm really, really excited about that. A lot of trainings coming up with just us. So it's going to be very hands-on. Obviously, again, there will be other calls and stuff like that going on as well, which again, you're going to be able to see in the information chat. But I'm really, really excited because I actually just signed up my 4th market partner. So I'm just really, really happy right now for this month. And I am finishing my blocks. So I'm like really excited about that. I want you guys to know that we still have, if you're the East Coast, we still have 3 hours, you guys. A lot can happen in 3 hours. I don't know if you guys know my cousin Gracie, but she was literally able to make $7,000 happen in like 4 days. Okay. In 4 days, she was like at $7,000 away from her goal. And she did $7,000 in 4 days. And let me tell you something. My cousin is not a social media person. My cousin literally went to her phone book and literally started reaching out to everybody in her phone book if she needed something. If she had a goal to make, she was not sleeping on that goal. She was not sleeping on that market partner. I see so many of you. And again, I don't know if a lot of you are in the same boat, but you literally have to understand that if you are literally not understanding how to work that back office, please ask somebody, because I see so much money being left on the table. Guys, I see people right now on my specific back office that our checks can go either from $1,500 to like almost $3,500 check. just from doing a little bit of things. And I've literally have had conversations, so you know who you are, but make sure that you are not leaving anything on the table, guys. Your PV counts, your GV counts, those market partners, guys, look at the people that could potentially make some income. Right now, we have the booster packs. Really, really push those booster packs. Let everybody know you're getting 5 additional products for free. Tomorrow, that's not going to be available. It's only until today. So if you are $200 away or one market partner away from a rank, do not leave that on the table. Hold yourself to it, because if you're not ranking up to MMP, you're not going to get to MMB. And you know, if you get to MMB, you're not going to get to MM if you're not doing the little things.
I recognize that I look ridiculous right now, okay? Hang with me. I want to talk about this back office thing for a second. Until yesterday, I had never even gotten a glimpse of what this looks like, but I did have someone nice enough to send me some screenshots of what it looks like. And what she's describing here is that you have the ability in your back office to go and look at everybody in your personal downline. I believe it's just the people that you have personally recruited. So you would not be able to see all 1,000 people on your team, but you would be able to keep tabs on the people that you have personally signed up under you. You have the ability to type in their name, to look at their stats. You can see how much they have sold and purchased that month. You can see how many people they have signed up. You can see how close or how far they are away from hitting new ranks. And all of those things apply to you. All of those things are relevant to you, because in the compensation plan, there becomes a point where you can't rank up if you don't have people below you that are at certain ranks too. There's group volume and downline volume requirements, and everybody in a sense needs to be contributing to this if you are going to hit your goals. You cannot hit your goals on your own volition. You need people on your team, and you need those people to be hitting their goals as well. So there's a very good incentive for you to be regularly checking your back office and regularly micromanaging and keeping tabs on the people in your downline, because if they don't hit their goals, you don't hit yours. And what she's basically advising here is get to know your back office, get to understand how it works, and get familiar with what the people on your team need to be doing so that you can make the most money off of them possible.
Hold yourself to the ranks that you're supposed to get to. Make sure you're sustaining that rank so you can get to that next rank, because you can't run before you crawl, right? You can't run before you crawl. So just make sure that you are holding yourself to it. Please ask questions. Please make sure that you're not leaving anything on the table, because guys, I will be sick. I'm telling you right now, I'll be sick for you. I'm going to cry for you today. Okay. I'm emotional as F. I have my period. I'm not in a good mood, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm doing this call. I'm making the best of it, and I'm really, really excited for this upcoming month, because January is here. The momentum went up. A lot of people got on their grinds, and I'm super excited. I'm very, very happy for you. But guys, we cannot be on that same level. I'm telling you right now, it is not going to be good if you're on the same level, because if you want to try to repeat 2021, that's cool. You're trying to do that. That's great. I'm going to keep it moving. You know, and I'm sure everybody here that's on that same boat, I want to get to the top. I want to get to MDC. I want to be able to host events. I want to be able to do a big event like that this at the end of this year. And everybody here that's on my team knows that I have hosted events, and I don't do my events small. I never do. Anybody here knows that. Guys, I want to take 10 people away December 2022, right? 2022? I said 2021. Well, recognize them. It'll probably be 2023, but I want to be doing that. Okay.
Anyone else notice how everything she has to say is like, me, my goals. This is what I want to do. I want to get here, but I can't really hit my goals on my own. I need your help. So you better get to work. Ugh, it's so gross.
Who here is going to Vegas? Who here is going to Vegas? Type of 1 if you're going to Vegas. Jolie, yes, you're turning 21, girl. Excited.
That's dangerous. 21 babies.
Guys, just so you guys know, I'm still only drinking water, and I'll try to go to Vegas, but I'm like, damn. You guys ready to take care of me, Haiti? But I am very, very excited. Guys, just so you know, next month, I'm really quick because I know I'm talking too much. I'm sorry, Rachel. I know I said I was going to keep it short, but I just had so much to say. Guys, next month, we are having the reunion. It's coming out. We don't know where it is yet. They told us on the director's chat that reunion is coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow. Well, yeah, I don't know when in February, most likely by this week. Reunion is coming out. If you are new to this business, me, Rachel, and a couple of other girls went to a trip last year to the Dominican Republic, fully all expense paid trip. And it's going to be somewhere else. It's not going to be like Vegas or anywhere like in the US. It's going to be most likely out of the country. So just so you guys know, you guys can earn this trip, and the qualifications start next month, which is tomorrow. So I just want you guys to know that this particular, again, you have to know your compensation plan and you have to know the things, and most likely I'll go make a call about it. But I just want to let you guys know this one is usually based on how much you grow your team. So I want you guys to get in that mindset already, that not only are you going towards the 5,000, the project 5,000, promoting the project 5,000, but you're also going to get a free trip that you guys really want to work for. And I'm telling you right now, I qualified both times, both in 2020 and in 2021, I qualified. And I started the business in March of 2020. So if you're new and you're thinking, oh, I'm new, I probably can't make it, me and Rachel both made it both years.
Notice how she just said that usually the requirements for these trips are based on recruitment and not sales. So that's great. Since this call happened, they have announced the trip that I think she's referring to. She said they were announcing the reunion trip, but I don't think that's what she meant to say, because I think the reunion trip is always in Vegas. I'm pretty sure what she's referring to is the passport trip, which has been announced and it's happening in the Bahamas in October. And she's right that the qualifications are very, very heavy on recruitment, and they have nothing to do with how much product somebody personally sells. You have to be of a certain rank, you have to be at least MMB or higher, which is the top 2% of the company, and you have to have a downline of a certain size in order to be able to qualify for it. Additionally, the only things that are covered in this trip are your airfare and your hotel, so it is not all expenses paid like she's trying to say it is. And I feel like I need to make this point more often, that when MLMs send their independent contractors a 1099 form at the end of the year detailing how much money the company has paid them so that they can determine what they need to pay in taxes, they take the monetary value of that trip and they report it as taxable income on your 1099 as money that they have paid you. So if you go on the trip, you get to pay taxes on the value of that trip when tax season rolls around. So no matter how you slice and dice it, these trips are not free whatsoever, and they're only available to a very small percentage of people in the company.
Okay? So I want you guys to know that yes, it's going to be possible, but you have to work for it. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch, but it's something that is totally doable if you want to grow in this business. Okay, so do not leave anything on the table, guys. If you're here, take advantage of the trips, take advantage of the incentives. It's for us to take, but we have to implement and do the work, right? So I'm very, very excited. Thank you guys for your time. I'm not sure who is going next, but yeah, there you go. All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow on Tip Tuesdays. It is going to be at 8 o'clock again, and I will be sharing the link. So just so you guys know, yeah, so we'll do that tomorrow. Bye.
All right, guys. So you guys heard her. The hype is real. Like this whole project, like she said, it's not only going to get us to put us, not that we're not on the map already, because now we're really, really going to be on the map. We need to show up to this trip like banging. Like people are going to see us and they're going to be like, that's Powerhouse. They're going to know about Project 5000. Like we need to stop. And I know everybody that's new and stuff like that, like you guys, like she was mentioning, you're thinking small. Like we see the success stories. We see Rachel, we see Sue, we see Isa, we see everybody that started just like us. Like, put me as an example. I don't know if you guys see me. I was walking from room to room. I put my baby down for a nap. She's up right before the call, and she was like bugging out. I started this business a year ago. Wasn't even trying to start the business. I started off just trying to get hair products. Eventually, I gave it a try. It took off. I was active duty military. I just retired back in October. I was going to school. I had a 6-month-old. I'm still going to school right now. I'm still working a 9 to 5, and I'm doing this business full time. So like when I hear people tell me they don't have time, I understand life gets overwhelming, but it's all about organization. It's like she mentioned, it's all about mindset. It's all about putting things that are important. And this kind of brings me into Wednesday. So she was saying, we're going to be hosting calls for the rest of the week. I'm going to be hosting Wednesday calls. And I kind of brought this up because I feel like it'll be beneficial for us to have like a morning call to kind of like get everybody in that right mindset, get everybody exactly discipline, get everybody with a good start, middle of the week, kind of get over hump day. So I'm in California, and I know most of our team, a lot of our team is in the East Coast. So I'm going to be waking up at 5 a.m, probably a little bit before that because the call's going to start at 5. So about 4:45. So one, expect me to look rough with my cafecito, but everybody bring your cafecito because we're going to be up. And well, yeah, if you're in California, sorry. But for everybody in the East Coast, the call's gonna be 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific time. If you can be up in the East Coast, in the West Coast, hold on, I'm sorry. All right, Mama, come here. If you can be up with me and you're in the West Coast, then you can be up. But I'm going to be hosting this every Wednesday. I'm committing to it because I think it's really important, like she mentioned, having that mindset, having that vision. And I feel like sometimes we talk about mindset, but it's a little bit hard to try to do it on your own, or you don't really know how to do it on your own. I think these calls can bring a lot to you guys to kind of get you guys started, hopefully get you in that right mind to start doing it on your own. And then when you need that little bit of reassurance, bam, we have our midweek call of mindset. Hey, Bay Area represent. Where's my Bay girls at? I'm in San Diego, but I'm a Bay girl at heart. Let's go. But I'm so excited for this call, guys. I'm all about mindset. I've gotten so much into it since I started this business. I was never like a personal development person. And that's something that I'm very grateful for this business is the personal development. Because if it wasn't for that, I would not be a year into this business. Because like she said, this is a business. And nobody's telling you that every month you're going to be bringing in all the market partners, all the VAPs, just like any business. You know, you have some months that are better than others. And that's where mindset comes into place. That's where you got to have that mindset like, okay, things are slowing down. What do I need to do? What do I need to shift? And I know at the end of the day, next month, bam, we're hitting it running and we're keeping that same energy. Even if you just can't slow down. You got to have that mindset and that tunnel vision of the goal that you're hitting. Like she said, you know, they all hit director with less than 2,000 people. When you have people hitting director at 7,000, like that's why it's so important to not compare yourself to the person next to you, because everybody's journey is different. You just gotta have the hustle, guys. I'm so excited for this. I am so excited for Project 5000.
I'm at the point now where whenever I hear somebody in an MLM use the word mindset, I don't even hear the word mindset. I hear the word brainwashed, because typically the context in which they use the word mindset is completely interchangeable with the word brainwashed. In that short clip, she said, it's important to join the Zoom calls to help you with your mindset. She never focused on mindset before she joined the business. She credits her mindset for her success. But it's like, what does that even truly mean? Because the definition of the word mindset just means like your attitude and your beliefs towards any given situation. So what she's really trying to say is that she's done a lot of work to reinforce a positive mindset towards the business. And this is where we start to follow down the path towards the thought control tactics of cults. According to Steve Hassan's BITE model of authoritarian control, this is essentially like a checklist for all the different characteristics of a cult. I will link the full thing below if you're interested in checking that out. But in the BITE model, Steve Hassan outlines that cults will use thought control tactics, such as encouraging only good and proper thoughts. Cults also teach thought-stopping techniques where you reject any thought that you perceive as negative and you allow yourself only to think positive thoughts. And you're also taught to reject critical thinking, and you're not supposed to question anything that goes against the organization. So in other words, when she's like, we have a big focus on mindset around here, all I'm hearing is this team employs cult-like brainwashing tactics to make you falsely believe that you have a shot at being successful against your better judgment and against basic knowledge of exponential math and statistics. Okay, you guys, full disclosure here, I'm gonna cut out the next 3 minutes of this call. I never do this because I never want it to come across like I'm cutting and splicing things together or taking things out of context, but I'm making an exception here because the next person that they're about to have come on the Zoom and speak is sitting in their car, and their phone is very clearly connected to like their car's hands-free audio system. So she's not talking into her phone microphone, she's talking into like the car's microphone. And for some reason, it's just like such bad quality. It is so deeply painful to listen to. This is what it sounds like.
I started the business as a part-time, like a side hustle, right?
I'm sorry, I just can't listen to it. Like, it strikes like an audio nerve, and I don't want to subject you to that either, so I hope you can forgive me for cutting out that little section. But the basic recap goes like this. I joined this business and I ranked up super high, super fast because I worked super hard. And if I can do it, you can do it too. It's a tale as old as time. You didn't miss anything, I promise.
I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Tali. So every Thursday is going to be a different call. Okay. So it doesn't mean that Tali's going to do calls every Thursday, but for example, this Thursday, we're going to do organization and time management. Next Thursday, I think I'm going to do a Reels training. So I'll host that one. The following Thursday, we'll do VIPs. We'll work around it. And then just expect 4 new trainings this month from our team. Right? Obviously, if we have other calls, other stuff that I want you guys to like listen in on, we'll share with you guys before trainings this month on pretty much basic stuff that is only going to help you in your business. Okay. And Friday, take it away, Crystal.
Hello, ladies. So I am Crystal. I'm from Cali, LA area. I am so excited about February because January was freaking amazing already. So a little bit about myself. So I've been in higher education for over 16 years. I am a director of education. I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do. I love helping and changing lives. So, but I was a young mom. I started at 19 years old. Okay. So for me, all I knew was to like hustle, right? I needed to hustle. I wanted to make sure I was successful. And throughout my journey, I became successful, but I lost a lot of time with my kids. And if you follow me, you know a little bit about my journey. And my 5-year-old son is a stage 4 cancer survivor. And unfortunately, it took that to change my perspective in life about our time and how short time can be with people, right? So for me, I knew that I had a purpose in something. I knew I had a purpose in life and more to fill women, to just give more, right? And I was looking for something else. And I came across Rachel's Instagram and I kept looking. I'm like, okay, let me see, right? So I finally decided to go for it because I was tired and I'm tired of the 9 to 5. I've been in the business for going on 6 months. And I told Rachel, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going all in. I'm freaking going all in. So I just hit AMM. So I'm so excited because I'm doing it. My team is taking off. I'm so proud of my girls.
Okay, so I have mad respect for her career in higher education, and for being the parent of a child with cancer. That is something that no parent should have to go through, and I respect her for her resilience in that situation. However, as we focus on her experience with Monat, she just said that she hit the rank of AMM and she just decided that she's going to quit her job to do Monat full time. People at the rank of AMM have a median annual income of $13,441. If you spread that amount over the course of a year, that's roughly $1,100 a month. That's definitely not terrible money to be supplementing the income from your full-time job, but in my opinion, that is not enough money to justify leaving your career in higher education for. I realize that this is an assumption, but if she has a child who is a survivor of cancer, thank goodness, right? There's probably a good chance that there's some kind of medical debt. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I don't know her insurance situation, but regardless, I look at this as a woman who was preyed on for her situation, and she was somehow convinced that Monat is the path to wealth and success and that it is worth leaving her career for. Of course, I don't know this woman. I don't know the intricacies of her current situation, but I'm really struggling to understand how someone who reportedly loves their career, likely gets healthcare, likely gets paid time off, likely has a retirement plan, and likely has some medical debt would think that it is a rational decision to leave all of that behind to pursue something like Monat, where her paycheck is so fragile. Your rank and your paycheck in Monat are so dependent on other people, it could crumble at any moment. So I'm just finding it really difficult to wrap my head around how someone could think that Monat is the better path than what she has left behind.
But just the short amount of time, what's helped me is a couple of things, is mindset and motivation. And those things go hand in hand.
Who's going to tell her that mindset and motivation don't pay the bills? You can have the best mindset, you can have all the motivation in the world. But if people aren't willing to sign up for your business opportunity, or if you can't keep the existing people on your team, you are screwed.
So I'm going to be doing Friday 6 a.m. calls Pacific time, and I think that's 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I know that we get hyped Sunday, we're hyped Monday, we're hyped Tuesday, Wednesday, we're kind of like, and then Friday, we're like, I don't know, right? But Friday, I mean, we should be hyped every day. So motivation is key. And I want to start off with motivation and start getting you guys ready for the flash sales, kind of give you some tips on how to approach people. I'm really good at VIPs and closing out customers. So I'm going to be working on that every Friday, 6 a.m. Pacific time and 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Drop a 1 if we're excited for these new trainings. All right.
Yes. All right, guys. So, and again, Saturday, we're going to take a little break. And then Sunday, I will do Plan Out Sunday. I'm going to keep it just, again, for the new people. I know that a lot of us already know what we should be doing, right? And right now, guys, you're getting the motivation. You're getting the trainings. You're getting everything that you need from people that are doing really good in the business, know what they're doing, right? They're hosting calls on things that they're good at. They're hosting calls. You know, Crystal's really good at VIPs. She's always in my top 10, always. So you are getting the trainings that you need. At the end of the day, you determine the rest because everything's given to you. The systems are there, the trainings are there, the community's there, the culture's there. You guys decide. Right? So I want you guys to be completely honest with me. Does this goal scare you guys? 5,000 people by December. Be honest, okay? Does this goal scare you guys? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, okay. Yes, no. No. It's okay. Not at all. Yes. If it scares you, it should. Your goals should scare you. This is a big goal. And again, we're going to make it happen. Okay? We are such a powerful team. We've done so much in such little time. And now we're just kicking it up a notch. We're switching it up. We're going back to basics. And it should scare you. So if it does scare you, I'm happy that it scares you because it's a big goal. And that's something that we're going to work towards.
Okay, but whose goals are we talking about here? She's trying to motivate her entire team to set really big goals, but who's going to benefit the most from those people hitting those goals? It's statistically impossible for everyone on this team to make it to the top rank of Monat. So ultimately, even if they do hit their goal, even if they do build to a team of 5,000 people, it's only going to make these few people at the top richer and more secure. This whole Project 5,000 thing is not so that all 5,000 of those people can make good money. The only reason they're trying to get 5,000 people on their team is so that these few people at the top can sit there comfortably because they have built a cushion of thousands of people below them.
Again, it's not just me, it's not Sue, it's not Crystal, it's none of the leaders. We all have to do this together and have that, you guys have to eventually get to that point of matching the energy. Okay, why have they gotten the results? Because they work with urgency. There's nothing else here but that. It's not that one is smarter, one is this, one is that. We all have that urgency to know that we have a goal and we're going after it and we're gonna make it happen. So that's the energy that I want on this new chat. That's the energy that I want from all of you guys. Okay, and right now we do these calls at the end of the month. Why? Because I want everybody right now when we get off this call getting ready to start off February on fire. What is the first thing we have to do? We have to get lit up. So in the next 24 hours, if you're not working, you don't get lit up. If you're new, every month we start from scratch. Every month we do it again. So the minute that the clock strikes 12 Eastern time, we're back at the beginning. So how are we gonna start up this month? How are we gonna start up Project 5,000 on a good note? We have to get lit up right away. And that is the urgency that I'm talking about.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Could you imagine your goals resetting at the start of every single new month and virtually none of your progress rolling over? I'm appreciative that she's being so honest about that, but it doesn't paint the opportunity in a very good light. Before people join, I'm sure they're under the impression of okay, if I put in a bunch of work now, I work really hard for a short period of time, then at some point I will experience financial freedom, residual income. I get to sit back and relax a little bit because I put in all that work up front and now I get to enjoy the benefits and the rewards. You think, oh, once I get to the top, I have made it. But now you're on this Zoom call and that person at the top is telling you, no, our goals reset every month. This never ends. Yeah, no thanks. It seems like the only kind of advantage you really get in this business model is the people that you have underneath you, because those people ideally do roll over month to month. You don't have to start from a team of 0 every single month. So when you think of it that way, it does kind of become clear that if getting to a point of financial freedom, time freedom, residual income, making tons of money without doing very much, it becomes clear that if that is your goal, stacking a ton of people under you is the best way to get there. Because your sales quotas do stay the same every month and they do reset every month. But the bigger you can build that team, the lighter the burden is on everyone involved, if that makes sense. So it just kind of puts the urgency for this Project 5000 thing into a bit of perspective. Now we really understand, we really see why the people at the top are so urgent to get a ton of people underneath them.
Okay, another thing that I want to let you guys know, and then we'll leave it at that because I don't want it to be too long. I will be doing a little video, a little community video. Everybody, 9 a.m. Okay, when you wake up, drop that video. When I send these videos to you guys, it's not for you guys to make it on your actual feed. Okay, it's for you to use it on your stories. Okay, and this video is focused on Project 5000. So that's what you will see there. Like I said, we're putting Powerhouse on hold right now. Why? Because the main thing, the FOMO that you want to create, the community that you want to create is off of this new project. All right. So type a 1 on the chat if we're making this goal happen. And don't just tell me a 1 because that's what I want to hear. No, type a 1 on the chat if we're going to make this goal happen as a team. We're changing 5,000 lives. We're impacting 5,000 lives. Because if you guys want to get to the top, if you guys want to get to 5, 6, 7 figures, we need to help others. We need to change lives. That's the only way this works. All right.
I think what she means to say is we're all going to make good money if we commit to putting a crap ton of people below us so that we are not the last in line in this scheme. Not everyone can make 5, 6, 7 figures, but that could be us if we bulk up our downline with a whole bunch of people at the bottom.
So I want you guys right now, guys, I already have my content for tomorrow, what I'm dropping, my business, everything. I took my pictures. I made sure the leaders took their pictures. I made sure the leaders have already their business content. So tonight, work on what you want to post tomorrow. That's going to bring that excitement. I'm going to make that video right now. I haven't even worked on it. I'm going to start making and switching it up. Something for February that we can use so we can post once a week. And again, keep bringing that. Every time they hear about your business, Project 5000. The way to introduce it when you're talking on your stories, this year my team is impacting 5,000 lives. This year my team is changing 5,000 lives. If you want to be a part of this momentum, DM me. But again, energy. Okay? How many of you guys can tell Sue's energy is high tonight? How many of you guys can tell that Sue is passionate about her business? How many of you guys can tell that Sue's not going anywhere? She loves money. You can tell through her energy. She's twerking for money. You can tell through her energy, guys. And I'm not that loud, but just off her energy, I get excited. I'm like, man, like she gets me excited about the business that I'm already passionate about. Energy is everything. So make sure when you're talking about this business, it's with passion. Because maybe, again, right now you don't see that vision, but I promise you guys, the vision is like, you guys have to have it. The vision is there. You guys have seen the stories. About to be 80 millionaires in this company. Different ages, different stages, like Fallon says, all ages, all stages. So again, anybody can do this business. But the only difference between those people and you at this moment is that they have urgency. And while some are using their excuses, instead of using their excuses as the reason why they have to make this work, my kids, my work, my this, those should be the reasons that you were going to make this work for your kids, for your husband, for the time freedom. The difference is the urgency.
I feel like I always have to debunk this whenever they say it, but just because their company has 80 people in the $1 million club, that does not mean that the company has 80 millionaires. Monat has what they call the $1 million club, which means that you have made $1 million in commissions over the lifetime of your business. Monat is like, what, 7 or 8 years old? So you could be in the $1 million club, and that potentially means that it has taken you 8 years to sell $1 million. That does not mean that you are a millionaire. And no, the difference between those who are successful and those who are not is not urgency. The difference is who was able to stumble upon the most people to sucker into joining.
All right, guys. So I want you guys right now, it's reset time.
Your guys' calendars need to be at February already. If they're not, y'all need to change them. Before you guys go to bed tonight, everyone needs to do their content for business pictures. Guys, I did mine a week ago. Like I texted Rachel, I'm like, oh, here's my February content. And she said, she's like, oh, I'm on my way. And she went and did them too. Literally, guys, prepare yourself. Literally, that's all you got to do. As long as you plan your things out, you're chilling. Everything is fine. You can work, you can take care of your kids, you can run your business. You could do anything as long as you set your mind to it.
I want to point out this interesting shift in the conversation where now they're starting to talk about like content planning and figuring out what you're going to post on what days and how you're going to promote the business opportunity. And I'm well aware of the concept of content planning, okay? I do that every week. I figure out what videos are going up on what days and I plan accordingly. But I feel like in an MLM, it's kind of different because their purpose of creating content or creating posts is to create a sense of FOMO, like they said explicitly. A huge part of their business strategy is creating content to portray the image of a lifestyle that they're not really living. Social media is a fake highlight reel as it is, but it's even worse when the entire purpose behind what you're posting is to entice people into the business opportunity for your own financial gain. It all just feels very disingenuous.
And I feel like a lot of us get stuck on the self-development and comparing ourselves to others. And the thing is you guys can't do that, okay? Literally, you got to just think about you, your vision, and literally we work together because we're a team. And if one's not working, the other one's not working, no one's going to do nothing. We all want to have the same momentum. We all want to have the same energy. So also like this year, I feel like a lot of us still get stuck on the flyers. Like, no, let's get on camera. Let's show those faces. People are going to see it in you and they know when you want it bad. When you're on there every single day, it doesn't matter if you're talking about the business, but as long as you're saying, good morning, guys, have an amazing day, blah, 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 but show up for yourself on camera every single day. Even if it's not about the business, show up. That's all you got to do, literally.
Being on camera is not natural for most people. It's very uncomfortable, actually. I still get butterflies before I hit the record button, and I'm like 120 videos deep. And I feel like sometimes they miss the point that people don't always join an MLM or join Monat because they want to be like content creators and fake influencers and show up on their social media day in and day out. A lot of people join an MLM because they think they can make a little extra money by selling products to friends and family, and that's kind of it. So it's fascinating to kind of see them get a little bit out of touch with that and to start recommending that the only way to really be successful in Monat is to become completely consumed by social media and to be constantly contributing to the online space by posting all the time and showing your face all the time. That's not everyone's jam. Not everybody likes that. But again, it's kind of peeking through here that promoting this fake lifestyle of luxury and all these false relationships, it's kind of just part of the deal when you join an MLM. Whether you like it or not, you're going to be way more successful if you sell the business opportunity than you do if you sell the products. So what that turns into is creating this social media presence where you are flaunting all of the things that the business opportunity has done for you in an attempt to get people to be attracted to that kind of thing and to reach out to you and to inquire about it and to show some interest. Hey, what is this thing that you're doing? I see you're living this dream life. That is the strategy these days. That is how they get people into MLMs the most.
Thank you for sharing. And you're going to be hearing from more of our leaders. Like Nancy's going to be hosting calls for you guys as well. Yoli's going to be hosting calls for you guys. And like I said, at the end of the day, everything's given to you guys. All we're asking is if you want to be a part of something massive, if you want to build momentum, if you want to be impactful, match the energy in the room. Okay. So chats are being deleted after this call. Make sure that you add yourself to this new chat if you're running, if you're excited, if you're working towards that goal. Because again, you might see it like, oh my God, 5,000 people as a team. That's so totally doable. By December, I say we even surpass that. Again, if we have 5,000 people in our organization, that means that not only my life is changing, not only your life is changing, people in your downlines are changing, and those people that joined are changing. Okay, so don't forget why we're here. That's what I want you guys to know. Don't forget why we're here. All right, so I love you guys. Let's get ready, okay? Next 24 hours, that clock strikes 12. The goal is to get lit up. All right, so I'm going to be working on the chats. I'm going to be working on the video tonight. I'm going to sleep late, but you best believe my content's going to be up ready to go because it's a new month and it's going to be better than January. All right, guys.
So guys, start talking about it. Project 5,000. I want everybody's stories to be talking about it. I will personally be looking at it. Okay, guys, I do this full time. I want to hear you guys talking about it, and I want you guys to share that video. Again, the chats are going to be deleted. I'm going to put the link on my chat. So anybody hustling glow, I'm going to put it on that chat and just add yourself to the new one. I'll wait till tomorrow to delete it. But yeah, so I just want to let you guys know, get on this, get hyped, all right? We're here to impact, we're here to make an income, and we're here to fucking be, I mean, I don't know, I want to be MDC too, you know?
That's the goal.
Okay, I'm just gonna end the call there. There is another 8 minutes on this call somehow, some way, because 2 more people kind of jump in, like unmute their mics and kind of give their 2 cents at the end. It's very clear by the vibe that they were like not planned to be speaking on this call, and they add in another 8 minutes of like, woo woo, let's go team, we've got this, let's get hype. And it was honestly just very awkward, very uncomfortable to watch, and everyone is like, okay, like, can we get off this call now? And I'm not gonna subject you to that either. And honestly, I don't even really know what else to say about this. I'm appalled. This idea of making it your goal to build yourself a team of 5,000 people, knowing full well that not all of those people get to be successful and get to experience all of the benefits, it makes me sick, and it's very selfish. They are acting on self-interest, on their own financial interest, and they are disguising it as like, we are going to impact and change the lives of 5,000 people. That's what they're saying to make themselves feel better about the fact that they are about to manipulate and scam thousands of people into this business for their own financial gain. So let this be our warning that if you see anything on social media about hashtag Project 5000 or people are posting about it, just know that they are a part of this team and they are collectively trying to get as many other people suckered into it as humanly possible. And with that, that is all that I have for you for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next one real soon.